Hey everyone, it's Lexie. So in today's video I'll be sharing with you why I love the Inspector Gamache series so much. So for those of you who've been watching my channel for a while, you're probably sick of me talking about the Inspector Gamache series, but as of like July, I'm officially caught up until the new book comes out in August. But this has definitely been a series that I have been marathoning throughout the pandemic, and I've just really grown to love these characters. So I'm going to share with you why I love this series so much. So my first reason why I love it so much is that it strays away from a lot of the formulaic murder mysteries that are out there. I feel like a lot of the classics, even the ones that are even written now, tend to follow a very formulaic kind of storyline that is very predictable. And I feel like this series in particular, although it is like a traditional kind of murder mystery, it's so much more than that. The author incorporates so much more than just solving the crime. We also get to focus on a lot of characters, characters, storylines, and there's overall like a big overarching kind of narrative as well that, especially even 16 books in, that we're still kind of dealing with. And I like how it always keeps the story going. We always get more character development. We always, even like if there's a murder mystery going on, we get so much more than just the murder mystery. We get so much character development. I'm so excited I can't talk. And then we just get so much, like I said, there's the overarching narrative that is kind of present throughout as well. So it makes everything exciting because everything is building up on top of each other, and it's just one long story basically. The second reason why I love the series so much is that it doesn't justify or like toxic masculinity or show it in a very good light. I feel like especially with a lot of the crime series, they always have that one very masculine, hyper masculine character who is, and it's kind of shown in like a strong macho way, and this book doesn't really, you know, encourage that. And I really think that's unique as well, especially like in that crime genre. In particular, Gamache is he's very much a listener. He's not like feel the need to be so masculine and macho all the time. Like, he's very empathetic, he listens, he is very in tune to other people's emotions. I think that is very unique as well. Like, it doesn't encourage or justify or shed like a good light on toxic masculinity. It kind of is like, it doesn't, you know, give it a good light, which I think is really important, especially in the crime series, like the crime genre, because I feel like those like toxic hyper masculine men are very much kind of, you know, shown to be so strong, and this book kind of flips that on its head. Another thing I love is the sense of found family. So you guys have heard me compare the town of Three Pines, where this series takes place, as kind of like a Stars Hollow, where we have like the very unique kind of townspeople and all those things. Like, just that sense of found family and like these misfits of different characters and all those things, I think is really unique. And just having, you can have your biological family, but there's also something really special about having a family that you create for yourself. I think is really unique, and just the friendships that everyone has within the town, I think is really special. The other reason why I love this series, especially throughout the pandemic, is that it reminds me of home. And so I'm originally from Canada. I was born there. My whole entire family lives there, besides like my parents when we moved to the States and my siblings. And so because I haven't been able to visit my family since Christmas of 2019, like I haven't physically seen them since then, this provided me with kind of, you know, it felt like home when I read it, because I was like, there's little tidbits of Canadian culture thrown out here. Like, most people don't know what a double-double is, but basically every Canadian does. So it reminded me of home, just like the Canadian winters, like hockey culture, just so many things that remind me of home. And it just helped kind of with my homesickness and not being able to see everyone. Like, I could visit back home to Canada and just kind of have that feel of being home, which I think, especially during the pandemic and not being able to like see everyone, I think helped a lot. And this kind of ties in as well in that it provided an escape from the pandemic. Like I said, like I was able to, like I was very homesick and not being able to see my family, especially over Christmas, because basically the entire time we've lived in the States, we've always gone back home to visit family for Christmas, and because of the pandemic, like we weren't able to do that. And so I was able to kind of get that escape and just having that warm sense of, again, family and all those things. Like it provided me with a distraction. Like these characters, this sounds insane, but these characters feel like family. So it's like if you watch like your favorite TV show and you just get so attached to those characters, and I think like they were just like my surrogate family, because I'm like, I can't visit my family back home. Like we can do everything virtual, but it's not the same. And so I'm like, the sense of like warmth that I feel reading this series kind of helped with that. And this is like another thing too, which I think it wasn't one of my reasons, but I was just saying it also doesn't shy away from the darker sides of Canadian history, in particular in regards to how Indigenous people have been treated throughout Canadian history, and how it was basically like how it is basically a genocide. And so we've seen that kind of unearthed, especially recently in kind of the Canadian news, and I think this book doesn't shy away from that darker side of Canadian history. Like it talks about that problem and that treatment of people, and I think that's important as well. It doesn't show Canada as this like utopian country. It has a dark history as well, which a lot of people kind of forget with just, I guess, the world persona of Canadians and how like Canadians are perceived by the world. But I think that's important as well. But I got a little bit on a tangent, but I think like, again, like I said, there's that sense of found family, and just this family became the family that I was able to spend time with in my mind, if that makes sense, to kind of make up for that emptiness I felt over Christmas not being able to see everyone. So that's, I feel like I could talk for hours about why I love this series so much, but like honestly it is amazing, and I hope she just keeps writing these. So we'll have like, I think the next one coming out is like 17th in the series, so yeah, she can just keep writing it. It'll be Inspector Gamache book number like 30. I will still read them because they just get better and better, and they don't feel repetitive. Like I feel like every book is new and different, and yeah, like I said, I could go on forever. But I know a lot of you have been saying that because I've been talking about this series so much that you've started to pick them up as well, which is exciting. So that means we can have more discussions about them in the future. But yeah, if you haven't already, please check out this series. It is honestly amazing. But I think I need to stop myself here. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.